Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 3 of Forex Trading for Beginners. Now in this one we're going to be talking about the Forex trading sessions and when is the best time to actually trade, and just talk about how the actual market works in terms of 24 hours, 5 days a week. So first things first, what are the major Forex Centres? Now the Forex Centres around the world are London, New York, Sydney and Tokyo, right? And there's different locations of these major centres around the world that makes Forex a 24-hour market. So Forex is an OTC market, also known as over-the-counter, meaning that there is no centralized foreign exchange, as we discussed in the prior videos. Instead, the banks, brokers, dealers, even market makers as well, in the major Forex centers around the world make Forex trading possible. So I'm going to jump on to the next slide in a minute, but before I do, a quick recap of what I just said. So the Forex centers, there's London, New York, Tokyo and Sydney. So moving on to the next slide, we have the Forex trading hours. So they're pretty much just sessions and what time it actually comes out. So the Forex market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. However, each day is broken up into several sessions, as you can see on the screen, with each session being open for a set number of hours depending on the geographic location of where you're from. So as you can see on the screen, we have the different trading sessions. So Sydney runs from 9 o'clock at night, so 9 p.m, right through until 6 in the morning, so 6 p.m. 6 a.m. sorry, and this is GMT time, by the way, so whatever it is, wherever you're from, so EDT or whatever, just quickly go into Google and just pretty much type in what it would be like and where you're from, or just Google Forex trading sessions with your number at the end, or for example mine's GMT, so whatever yours is at the end, just Google that on the end of Forex trading sessions and it'll show you there already. But Sydney runs from 9 p.m. right to 6 a.m. As for Tokyo, it runs from 12 a.m. Right through 9 a.m. in the morning, but then usually I'm always up around 6 to 7ish. That's when I'm on the charts anyways. And then the London session kicks in around 8ish and finishes up around 4 o'clock. New York opens at 12, finishes at 9 p.m. Now it doesn't mean that I sit there and trade right from 6 in the morning until 12 at night, because my kill zones are quite different. So I trade from 6 in the morning right through till 11, and then I'm back on around 1:30 right until the end of 5 o'clock then. But that's just me, right? I never used to when I was just trading on my own. I didn't teach people. It was more of trading from 6 till 10, and then pretty much I come back to 3 till 5. And it doesn't matter how you trade, it's completely up to you. There's always a way around it. But another thing to note in these Forex trading sessions is obviously when you're trading in London, you're trading the Europe, right? So you got the euro and you got the pound. So that's when it's going to be the most active and volatile within that trading session, right? And as for the US dollar in the New York, and then for Tokyo, obviously you got the yen, and then Sydney you got Australian dollar. And like I said, those are the 4 major currency pairs from the last video that we've spoken about. So each during those sessions, that's when you expect the most volatility from that given pair. So it's important to factor in sessions. Like I said, I'll talk about which is actually the best time to trade. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of Forex trading sessions. And another thing to note as well, it may vary due to the winter and summer, etc. The reason why is because they'll be forward an hour or back an hour. So usually, for example, if London's 8 o'clock during summer, in winter it'll be like 7 o'clock. But it's different, right? I don't really keep on track of it. I just have my kill zones and that's when I trade. But they do change ever so slightly due to the certain winter or summer and stuff like that. So yeah, let's jump on to the next slide. So the best time to actually trade, you may be wondering, so pretty much the best time to actually trade is London session. The reason why I say this is because it's the most volatile trading session, because obviously you're overlapping with the Tokyo, with the London as well. You've got the New York kicking in. So London session is actually the most volatile trading session throughout the day, and that's what everyone recommends to trade. Now it does depend, for example, you could live somewhere that, London session doesn't kick in until 2 o'clock in the morning for you, right? You may not want to trade that. So you can just trade the New York session, right? And trade more base dollar pairs. Doesn't matter what pairs you actually trade, you can trade any pair you want for the day, but there's different sessions that helps you, in order for us to actually trade 24 hours a day. But yeah, just have set kill zones, and I'll talk about that later on. But the best time to actually trade is during a London session. Not looking at statistically as well, but also personally, because statistically, you look at the average daily range within those sort of pips that a certain pair moves, and you can always notice as well that it moves most during London, right? Because I use Mataf for all that sort of internal software stuff. But in order for day trading, like I said, it's London as well. It's the best time to actually trade. If you're day trader or intraday trader. I'll speak more about what trading styles there are. But day trading is pretty much being in and out within the same day of a certain currency. So if you say, for example, you're buying your dollar in the morning, you'll be out of it by the end of the day. So day trading London session around 8 a.m. GMT time. So if you're from the UK, I recommend just getting up around 7ish and trading during the London session. Completely up to you though. Swing trading, it doesn't really matter. So swing trading is just where you hold positions more long term rather than being out within the same day. I'm a mixture between the both, but personally I just have my set kill zones that I've got used to over the years, and that's just me. But swing trading doesn't really matter what sessions you trade, because you open a position when you're ready to open a position inside your kill zone and you hold that trade. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The best time to actually trade Forex is London session. So quickly as well to mention while I'm here, it's super quick, is that the best day to trade is Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, just because they're the most volatile trading days of the week. Usually why the reason for this is because obviously Monday the markets are just open from the weekend, so it's still slow, and obviously the banks are still opening up positions, and yeah, they're just getting ready for the week. And then Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday hit the midweek, that's the best time to actually trade in terms of days of the week. And then Friday, usually what you find happening is it's quite sluggish in the market. Some nice moves in the morning, don't get me wrong, but drawn towards the afternoon, evening time, when the market is shutting up at 10 p.m. on Friday, and that's another one to note. They close at 10 p.m. on Friday GMT time and open on Sunday 10 p.m. GMT time. So when the markets are on a Friday, usually what you'll see is the banks and all this stuff like that, they're closing their positions to not hold over the weekend, because usually you can hold trades over the weekend, but sometimes, especially if your orders, there might be slippage. That's something I'll jump into later on down the course. But also there's usually a gap, just because obviously some news that happened over the weekend, obviously because the market's closed on the weekend, some news happens on the weekend, for example, and then the market will open and that news will affect the currency. Because remember, we're trading currency, so if you're trading the pound, you need to look at fundamentally at what the pound is doing. Is it weak or strong in terms of economic factors? Is the overall economy of Britain genuinely a stronger currency in this current country? And there's so many things to do this, and like I said, I'll speak about it later on in the course. But yeah, that's the best day to trade, is Tuesday, Wednesdays and Thursdays. Completely up to you when you trade though. So a quick review of this video. So trading sessions, we've got Asian, London and New York. And I also forgot Tokyo. So it's 4 different trading sessions. Best days are Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Those are the best days to trade, and the London session is the best to trade in general. But yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it, guys.